hear anything before. Right, today we are starting off with a very last chapter, and that is project activities, program activities, and that would include all the various kind of knowledge areas type of things, the various domains into resource management and all that. So in this one chapter, we will study about lot many things. We did make a mention of these things in the previous lecture, which was about the life cycle. And now in program activities, we'll discuss that in more detail. This will be covered in 2 days, today and tomorrow. So by tomorrow, we will end the course. So let us move on and start with the program activities.
Sir, sorry, tomorrow in the sense next week, right? Next Saturday.
Yes, next Friday. Let me check.
Yeah,
Let me check.
Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Next Saturday and Sunday. Yes. Saturday and Sunday. By next Saturday we'll finish it, and on Sunday we'll conclude everything. So.
Thank you, Masterji. One more question before we start. I just want to check. Do you have any simulation? What do you say? Portal or something where we can check our understanding?
Yes.
Okay. That you will give an access to us.
Of course. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Did we have any tests so far? Any simulation so far?
Yes, we had very beginning.
Okay. Can you tell me what?
Myself and Hashim attended one.
Okay.
I'm not sure in the beginning.
Okay, let me start with that. So only Hashim attended, nobody else. So let us start with that. Let me start with that thing, and then we can move on.
No, Sarji, what I'm asking you, if you provide this simulation portal access, we can do it. We can do it and check if anything is there. We can come back to you by WhatsApp or by call. We can do it later. Let's finish the subject chapters.
Okay.
And then we can go one by one. Maybe you are not required to do this assessment. We will check it. I don't know. This is my perception. Now Ali and Hashim what's their opinion? I'm not sure.
I agree with Suhail.
Right. The problem here is that
I also agree.
All this simulation is online, right? So you can only attend it in the class session. So we can do it at the end. All of that I have got. I'll tell you. I have one assessment for the life cycle, one for benefit, strategy, stakeholder, and one for governance. There are separate tests, 3, 4, 5. 5 separate tests. So we can conduct that whenever you feel like.
Okay.
So if you want them to be done at the end, so last day we will dedicate for them.
Sure.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So we continue with the program activities. We first finish everything, and then we have the assessments, right?
Yes, thank you.
Here we have in program activities, we have got 3 main headings. First of all, program definition phase activities, program delivery phase activities, and program closure phase activities. So all the 3 phases, we will deal with them one after the other. Okay, the scope and complexity of these program activities. Given the scope and complexity of the program, numerous supporting program activities are performed throughout the program life cycle. Naturally, according to the life cycle, they would be performed, some of them in the first phase, some of them in the second, and some of them in the third phase. The definitions and terminology associated with these activities at the program level are very similar to those at the project level. As I had shown you earlier, what are the various uh, you know activities which are going to be involved in it, that would actually be just like the knowledge areas of project management, but because this is for program management, so there will be some similarities. Maybe there is a you are doing some program level risk management activities, and you are also having in your projects project risk management activities. So they would look like similar to each other, but actually their scope and their complexity is going to be different. You will be doing some resource management at program level, but that would be different from the resource level, management at the project level. So scope and complexity will differ because we are going to be operating at a higher level. As I gave you an example in the risk management earlier, that those risks which pertain to the whole program are to more than one projects would be taken over as program risks. Such risks would be handled by the program risk management. Similarly, those resources which have to be common in more than one project are those procurements which have to be common in for more than one project. They will be taken on as the program activities, right? And moreover, whenever a project finishes, so the deliverable of the project is to be taken over by the program activities. They have to be run, they have to be converted into benefits, unified into benefits. So this all will be the responsibility of the program activities. So program activities operate at a higher level, dealing with multiple projects and other programs, and addressing links between the program and organizational strategy. While they may utilize component level information, the activities generally integrate the information to reflect a program perspective. So apparently it may look like that this is going into the detail at the project level. It is using the detail of the project level, but because it has to integrate all that information, therefore it is seeking that information from the project and then managing it at the program level. So this is definitely a higher level activity when we talk about the program activity. And the various areas which we will be discussing here, which would be conducted in these three phases, they would be these domains, and that is the change management, the communication management, financial management, information management. So you see these four, except for the communication management, change management, financial management, and information management were not the knowledge areas in project management. But communication management was, procurement management was, quality management was, resource management, risk management, schedule management, and cost management. So they are not exactly the same. There is no integration management. Why? Because program activities are themselves integrative in nature. So program is responsible for the integration of the project. So there is no separate integration management area. So we have got scope, schedule. We don't have cost here. We have finance management in place of that, because program deals with the overall funding and financing of the projects. Therefore, it is not the minute level cost management, although the projects will be having their own cost management. They will be handling their own cost management, but their financials will be managed by the program. Therefore, there is no program cost management. There is program financial management. Then we have the program quality management, just like in project. Then we have resource management at project level as well as at the program level. Procurement level management, both ways. And then we have got the risk management. Yes, of course. We do not have stakeholder management as a knowledge area kind of a thing. But as we have already studied, that one of the major domains, we have discussed stakeholder already, right? So that thing has been segregated from it. And what additional we have here, we have got program information management and program change management, right? Cost has been replaced by financial management, and stakeholder has been taken over as the main domain. The program activities enable a strategic approach to planning, monitoring, and controlling and delivering the program output and benefit. And therefore, in all of the program phases, these activities would be distributed. Program management supporting activities require coordination with functional groups in the organization, but in a broad context than similar activities supporting a single project. So it is not, you just cannot equate it to a single project, because the role of each one of these different areas is much more higher in value and strategic in nature. Therefore, this is not exactly the same activity, although they may look, by name, they may appear to be similar. Let us see what do we have in the definition phase. In the program definition phase, this establishes and confirms the business case for the program and then develops the detailed plan for its delivery. So delivery would be the next phase, but we prepare the program, we define the program in detail here. So within the definition, we have two sub-phases. They are program formulation and program planning. So let's talk about the program formulation. So at this stage, this would be the time when at a very high level, we'll talk about the scope of the overall program, the high level risks of the whole program.
So slides are not changing, huh?
Okay, let me see. Do you see the slides now or not?
No, we still see the first slide. Operate at higher level.
Okay, just a moment, just a moment.
I think it's the network connection is a little bit bad.
Yeah,
So it's not updating the slides. Yeah.
right. I think this is not getting to you. Do you have this presentation with you? Have you downloaded this presentation at your end?
Yes, Masud, we have it.
Yes, we have it. Yes.
If you can all have your own presentation, in front of you, then I can tell you the slide number,
Okay.
and we can keep following that.
Okay.
Okay, sir, I have it, yes.
Okay. I want all of you to get onto the slide number 14. Okay, do you all have the slides in front of you?
Yes, I've got it open now. Thank you.
Yes.
I think it will start showing here also. I don't know. But anyways, so I am on slide number 14, and here we are talking about the high level assessment, because in definition we had two phases. One is program formulation and other is program planning. In program formulation, we need to have a very high level scope, high level risk, high level cost data, and expected benefits of the program. They have to be assessed to confirm that the program represents a viable way forward for the organization and is well aligned with the organization's strategic objectives. So, uh, these few things we have to take care only at a very high level. I do not need to go into a lot of detail about the scope and risk and cost and benefits, etc. But basic purpose you must understand that we just need to see if whatever we are trying to do is in alignment with the strategic objective of the organization, right? It is just checking the alignment. We just need a kind of confirmation whether we should move ahead with the program or not. Next slide, slide number 15. It is exploratory in nature. These program activities supporting program formulation are often exploratory in nature, looking at a number of possible alternatives to ensure the one best aligned with strategy and organizational preferences can be identified and approved for inclusion into the program. So here we will be making a pick and choose kind of a thing, whichever alternative suits the most with the strategy of the program or with the alignment of the organizational strategy. We'll pick and choose that. So we actually are exploring here while we are formulating the program. However, in some cases, program formulation leads to the conclusion that the program does not have a strong business case and the program is stopped. So basically, if formulation subphase fails to achieve to come up with a conclusion that this program is still aligned with the organizational strategy, meaning what? The business case we started off with is no more valid. It is no more aligned with the organizational strategy. We can even decide not to proceed ahead with the program any further. But in case there is a slight difference in alignment, we can try to fix that and we can bring the program back in alignment and we can move ahead. That means we have tweaked it, we have realigned it with the organizational strategy and we are moving ahead with it. So this is exploratory in nature. Next slide. Figure 8.1 is in front of you and it talks about the program formulation activities contribute to the development of the program business case and program charter. Two documents are basically going to come out of it. One is the business case and other is the program charter through the core activity of program integration management. Now, program integration management as such is not an area declared, but it is happening in program management anyways. So what are we having here? We see these are the various supporting program activities which are grouped into change management and all that. So let us focus on to the names of the activities. From the program change management, the formulation activity is change assessment, program change assessment. From communication, we have program communication assessment. Then we have the program initial cost assessment, the high level cost. Program information management assessment. Program procurement assessment. Program quality assessment. Resource requirements estimation. program initial risk assessment, program schedule assessment, and program scope assessment. These are the various program activities, and they are interacting with the core program activity of program integration management, and they are communicating with ultimately with the program governance. Program governance has basically provided them the strategic guidance, and these core activities create the business case and give it back to the governance. If this business case is not valid, then this project may be stopped. If these assessments ultimately prove and tailor it to the program alignment, then program business case will result in the program charter. So the formulation phase, subphase, will finish in integration getting a program charter, and that is a move ahead signal for the program to the next subphase. So this subphase, program formulation, is basically concerned with these two things. Based on the strategic guidance, they are to create the business case and the program charter. And if business case is not valid, program charter will not be issued and program may be stopped here. If you can tweak it down, if you can make the program case strong enough, and then only the program charter will be issued. So the role of program formulation finishes here. So you can see it in a larger picture in the next diagram on page 17. So this is what I actually explained to you. Main governance is happening here, main activities are happening here, and these support activities are supporting the program integration management. So you check it from all these aspects: change, communication, cost, program initial cost estimate is part of the program financial management, right? Program information management assessment is part of the program information management, and so on and so forth. So all these assessments should result in a valid business case. Next slide, slide number 18. As part of program formulation, potential change management considerations are identified and assessed to help develop the program business case. So as far as the change management is concerned, what changes are you planning to bring through this program? They are identified and assessed. Program change assessment identifies the sources of changes, such as the volatility of enterprise environmental factors, how quickly the enterprise environmental factors changes. If they change too frequently, then the change assessment may result in a risky statement. The sensitivity of the proposed program's business case to change in organizational strategy. So if there is volatile environmental factor, then there is more sensitivity and the business case is likely to change more frequently. And the possible frequency and magnitude of changes that may arise from components during program delivery. We do understand one thing, that because we are dealing with a program, the expectation of changes is too much. Uncertainty is too high. But still we are saying that if changes are so much that it may not be manageable within the program, we may decide not to go for the program. So if it is not within the tolerance limit, if the changes are too much, we may decide that this much change this program may not handle. Next slide talks about the likelihood and impact. It then estimates the likelihood and possible impact of those changes that could arise from these sources which we have already identified, and proposes certain measures that could be taken to enable the program to respond to such changes in a positive rather than disruptive manner. So if we can handle that, if we can somehow manage these changes, only then we it may result in a positive thing, and the assessment may be positive. But if we can't handle the change, the volume and frequency of change is too much, and that in that case, probably this is too risky a project. The output of this activity is a program change assessment. So as a result, the change assessment comes out of it, which becomes an input to the program business case, program charter, and the change management planning. You see, a business case and program charter, naturally, if it becomes